What's happening, y'all? What's good? Lisa, what up? Martrez, what's good, brother? Yes. Big James, what's happening? Uh, Elliot Foams, what's happening? Says checking in from Montreal. What's up, Montreal? What's good? What's good? I was not talking shit about Canada. Y'all gotta give the other correspondents. They were talking shit about Canada. So I love Canada. I have no hatred towards Canada. Let me get this. I have no hatred towards Canada. I don't want to smoke with Canada. Y'all wild, man. Y'all gonna get sorry, I had to get this picture up here. Sorry, y'all. All right. I don't want no smoke with Canada, man. Drake gonna send his goons on me. No. All right, so everybody else, my man Montrez said that Canada has beef with State of Cannabis News Show because you guys are always talking shit. For the record, I don't talk shit about Canada. I always have Canada's back. I always got nothing but love for Canada. You guys are very, very polite when people are talking shit about you. And I'm like, yo, Canada, y'all got to stand up for yourself. Got to be harder, be tougher than that. Supposed to be 6 gods and shit. So, what's up, everybody? My name is Rico Lamitte, founder of Cannabis Global Decentralized Media Broadcast Organization. We are one network, many voices. Every single weekday morning, you can catch me on State of Cannabis News Hour with 11 other cannabis industry thought leaders from around the globe, and we just get our debate on. We read over the top news stories in the industry, and we engage with a lot of people in the audience to try to bring on people from the industry to give their take on stories, and so on and so on. Or you can get your daily dose. Make sure you guys check us out every single weekday morning at 9 a.m. Pacific, 12 p.m. noon on the East Coast. All right, so today's story is a little heavy. But I caught a lot of love on this one. I didn't know what to expect as far as the reaction for today's story. Hopefully, Daryl Cotton, if you are on here, brother, I can't see who from my dashboard. I can't see who on YouTube or on Facebook is watching. See, I have 4 people watching on Facebook specifically, 8 on YouTube right now. So if you are on there, if you can hop onto my IG feed, I'll be able to link you in here so all the different sides can hear you. At least people on my IG page will be able to see you. So that's Rico Lamitte. My man Daryl from down in San Diego, real good dude. If you guys don't know him, check him out. Daryl Cotton, doing a lot of good things with the community. And black, brown, doesn't matter. And he's just helping out a lot of homeless people too. So big shout out to Daryl Cotton down in San Diego, and he spends time between San Diego and up here in LA. So he had some words earlier today. I would love him to get or any of my San Diego peeps to get up on here and tell me what y'all feel about this, man. So this came out of the Voice of San Diego this morning. San Diego wants to infuse social equity into the cannabis industry. Over the last 400 years, while the U.S. has been the world capitalism champion, it has all been at the expense of black, brown, and indigenous bodies. So what happens when the well runs dry on the traditional methods of taking advantage of and profiting off of folks who have already suffered multiple generations of losses for your gain? You change the rules and take the motherfucking bag. That's exactly what's happening right now, too. The entire reason that we have a cannabis industry is because the less fortunate communities continue using the earth's medicine after being denied access to life-saving, big pharma-produced, bureaucracy-approved, top-shelf healthcare offerings privileged peers still take for granted to this motherfucking day. This is why social equity is so damn important. Yes, it's just a buzzword. Yes, it is not working as quickly as we want it to work, but it's important and it is essential. Period. We cannot let social equity be sacrificed or played as second fiddle to capitalist gains in bullshit banking bill that will only broaden the economic gap. Say it again, the banking bill at this point in time cannot be separate from social equity and moving forward the interest of keeping Black and brown people connected in the industry. Why? Because look at mainstream America has less than 10% Black ownership in businesses. The cannabis industry has less than 4%. It's only going to expand exponentially. And me being from corporate finance, I brought this up on the show this morning. All these institutional players are waiting in the wings, waiting for federal legalization and or the Banking Act. Without when that Banking Act goes through and you have no social equity provisions in that, you're nothing helping out people, the marginalized communities, that 4% probably going to go down to 1%, if not less. Keeping it a buck right here, man. So here in California, the Mecca cannabis social equity has been more than just a hot button issue. We legalized adult use in 2016, and it was finally accepted as fact. The war on drugs is disproportionately impacted communities of color around the state. Per this article, quote, it was in fact one of the selling points for Proposition 64. We call it Prop 64 here because we're cool like that, which went into effect more than a year later. Sure, we had plenty of issues with the rolling out of social equity. We knew that it was going to be a bumpy road from the beginning, but it was a trip that we were all willing to take because the heart and soul, the whole philosophy behind the concept was the right thing to do. Period. Oakland, San Francisco, Los Angeles, Sacramento, Long Beach, Fresno, Humboldt County, Lake County, Palm Springs, Mendocino County, all received grants from the federal from social equity program, and for the state, from a $15 million pot awarded in March. The biggest glaring omission from that list, the second fucking biggest city in the state, San Diego. Better late than never, right? I guess. To date, neither the city nor the county of San Diego has a social equity program on the books, but officials for both say that they are now working to create one after being gifted money from the state as an incentive to finally do so. This article went on to list a bunch of bullshit excuses as to why they're so late to the game, even going as far to stop just short of calling it a good thing, given the struggles of other California cities have gone through attempting their own social equity programming. In October, when San Diego County's Board of Supervisors is expected to bring online countywide cannabis ordinance, was also expected, there will be social equity provision in their ordinance. County officials have invited the San Diego Cannabis Stakeholder Group to help in the process of developing a countywide social equity program, and the group's facilitator, Appellate Court Attorney Andrea St. Julian. I've heard she's an awesome woman too, so hopefully she reaches back out to me. I'd love to get her on here too. Said that the ordinance needs to make repairing the damage brought on by the war on drugs the front and center issue in a discussion that traditionally starts with land use regulations. When you start to formulate cannabis ordinance and regulations, you really have to start with the social equity concerns. And then you have to consider also the concerns of cannabis businesses, cannabis users, and of course, the needs of community as a whole. So directing government officials and how they think about how to craft cannabis ordinance is really important. Big ups to Andrea St. Julian for that. Hopefully she reaches out. Love to rap with you, so hopefully you can come on here. The makeups of these programs look different depending on where they are implemented, but typically they involve giving expedited licensing, tax breaks, and other incentives to businesses run by the people of color, particularly those who might have become criminalized thanks to previous cannabis dealings when things were less legal. Local governments have also instituted internship, job apprenticeships, and mentorship programs as forays into providing social equity into the cannabis industry. San Diego is beautiful and diverse. This is me speaking. It's my favorite city in the state, even though I live in Los Angeles. It's kind of compromised. My wife is from a little north, but I even went down there, man, on the island, man. I went down there and I proposed to her 11 years ago. I love San Diego. It was my Hail Mary attempt to get her to move to California and escape the cold-ass Chicago winters, and it worked. But it's also conservative as fuck. And like it or not, you want to move the needle with conservatives in our capitalist society, you have to show the money opportunity to get them to the table. Opening San Diego social equity programming means more money from the city, county, and more opportunity for marginalized communities to actually participate in the fucked up system that has been set up for us to fail. Quoted from the article, in theory, San Diego County is an ideal place for social equity programs because the region houses two communities that could directly benefit: the significant cachet of legacy market growers and sellers from the pre-legal days, and communities of color in East County and South Bay. The distribution of these funds, like legalization itself, amounts to admission by the state that the war on drugs was wrong. Duh. I'm sure they'll just try to spin that fucked up shit as past, as just being in the past, and somehow it was the necessary evil, or the rules will be rules, or, you know, it was a different time. Fuck that shit, man. Facts are facts, and y'all are about to get paid. What does give me pause is that Emily Weir, Deputy Director of Public Policy for San Diego County Supervisor Nathan Fletcher, said that San Diego's actually benefited from being late to the equity game, learning from other triumphs and pitfalls of their peers. The officials plan to bring an outside expert in to help create the county's social equity program, which will be led by the county's Office of Equity and Racial Justice. Here's the thing, y'all, man. There are no fucking experts in cannabis social equity except for the people who have tried and failed, or they tried and miraculously got through it. There are no experts in this. Every city is different. Every municipality is different. Every state is different. So if you bring somebody from outside of San Diego to try to fix shit in San Diego, it's probably not going to work. So we'll be keeping an eye out on who they choose, but, you know, at least it's progress. It should also be noted that she identified some racial justice and equity as a priority in cannabis policy, in particular, as part of the quote-unquote framework for the future. And counties reviewing 5 existing unincorporated legal dispensaries to ensure they are included in the future mentorship and internship opportunities run with county support. All right. Sammy Ma, the city's cannabis business division project manager, said that the program has not yet been developed, but that the city is conducting an equity assessment that will provide a data-driven analysis of the historical impacts that the criminalization of cannabis has had within the city, assess potential opportunities and constraints in the current regulatory framework, ultimately providing policy recommendations to assure equity and diversity in the emerging city of San Diego regulated cannabis industry. Blah, 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 blah. Fucking bullshit. Bureaucracy is the reason why y'all are not doing social equity. It's been 5 fucking years. Y'all are just now talking about it. Y'all got paid $75,000 from the state. My thoughts, just my speculation. Excuse my baby crying in the background. Because my speculation is y'all got paid $75,000 from the state to explore social equity, and y'all saw that y'all are missing out on money. You can get even more money, and y'all can get a piece of that $15 million pot next time Gavin Newsom is up for another election and he needs more black and brown votes, right? Yeah. So kill that lip service and just get the shit moved forward. Now, to the marginalized communities and legacy operators in San Diego, congratulations. And I hope as much of your proposed programming actually makes it into the municipal books as possible. Welcome to the struggle. Personally, I can't wait to meet all of the beautiful applicants, hear their stories, and fight beside them, because that's what the fuck I do. And that's the story from today, man. Sorry I'm a little I worked up on this shit, man, but it really, really pisses me off. San Diego is the second most populated city in the state of California, number 1. At 55% diversity, whatever the fuck that means, 55%, they are the 8th. What does it say here? 55% diversity rating, I guess. They're the 8th ranked diverse city in the entire United States. Real talk. They have a huge veteran community. Anybody who knows San Diego knows it's a giant beach town, and there's a huge military community down there. Guess who can help? Guess who could use a little help from PTSD issues from all these fucking wars we've been paying for the last million fucking years? Guess who can benefit from cooperation and also opportunities within this cannabis universe? I guess who can get more benefits from the tax revenue coming in from cannabis businesses? The city can. You guys have been slacking on this bullshit, and you haven't just now starting this conversation. Garbage. How will bringing in outside experts help move the programming along when San Diego has yet, or social equity has yet to be successful in other cities or states? All right. Really? Bringing in outside experts, I don't think it's going to help much. I think you can have some advisors to say, to tell you, to testify and tell you firsthand what has worked and what has not worked, how many people have been fucked over, how many people have lost everything that they put in, how many people have been lied to from each of these states, each of these municipalities. And you can talk to the very few that have made it through and that are they're doing their best to continue thriving. I guess that's what you can do. You can bring in people to run your social equity programming. But with all that diversity and the community, how has everybody been silent? I don't think San Diego as a city has been silent on these measures. I'm sure plenty of people have been speaking up about it. The fact of the matter is, they're just now starting to talk about it on a state level, and they're just now starting to get serious about it. And it's something I actually brought up in my interview with Daryl Morey. I think it was like 4 or 5 months ago. San Diego needs to get going forward with that shit. Period. Final question here. City management claims bureaucracy is to blame for their tardiness. Do they have a point? No. No. Sophia, Felix, would you please? She says that she's in San Diego and they are not silent. Would you like to come on? I would love to hear your thoughts on this. Please. This shit is just like really, really, really pissing me off to see that now they are just coming out, just starting to roll out social equity. After everybody else has been on it from the beginning as part of Prop 64 before shit got legalized on the adult use side of the equation. Here we go. I'm gonna get Sophia on with us in a second. Here, 1 second. Boom. Sophia, you on?
Hi, I'm here.
How you doing? Thank you so much for hopping on with us. Let me make sure my mic is turned up on my Yeti here for all the people on my YouTube and everything. Thank you so much for commenting on this, man. I got so pissed off this morning when this.
When I were talking about San Diego, because I'm local, born and raised San Diego. My nonprofit International Cannabis Consulting Businesswomen's Association is actually, that's the topic that we are starting. I am going to be focusing on. I don't trust our government leaders here in San Diego in regards to that specific topic because it's barely being addressed, and I feel like you said that a lot of them got the bag. And we are, as far as ICBWA, that's why I made that organization, so that businesswomen around the country could actually level up and get that part of the pie.
Big shout out to you and the work you've done there. Before you go on, can you just please give a quick introduction to ICBWA? Because I got love for y'all too. But tell the rest of the people about the organization real quick.
I'm Felix. I'm co-founder and president of International Cannabis Consulting Businesswomen's Association. We go by ICBWA. We have board members and advisory board members all over the United States, and we also have them in Southern America. We got some of the best businesswomen in the game, but we, are professional business leaders in this industry, and I personally put up my own funds with my co-founders to start this organization because I've been in the industry since 2014. Behind the scenes, I had to work twice as hard. I always got paid less, and it came to a point where I was like, no, fuck that. I want me and the women to actually be able to be seriously and take seriously executive roles and get paid what we're supposed to get paid.
Facts.
So we have programs that are working on that, and we are partnering and collaborating with other organizations and females that are putting their hearts and their work into this certain topic.
No, I love it. So real quick, because we do have to transition there. Like tell us, please, like, why is this just now coming to a head? You said you guys have been talking about it for a while. Why hasn't the rest of the state been hearing more from the San Diego community? I absolutely love it down there, and it just like breaks my heart. And admittedly, I just totally forgot that San Diego did not have social equity yet. So please let us know.
Because of the stigma, and because I think a lot of people are afraid to pursue it. They don't want to. What's going on right now? Some people kind of want to stay behind the scenes and see what happens first. Mm-hmm. And the second thing is getting the capital to really pursue stuff like that at that level. I'm seeing a lot of big corporations scooping up master growers and paying them to go fly out, do this and that. I'm even getting approached, and I'm like, no, I can't. So social equity is a hot topic right now in the political world. Mm-hmm. So you're getting a lot more of it, which is a good thing if we do it the right way and it goes to the right people. But we have to be very careful because they could also use it for the wrong reasons and right. to give other people the resources that are putting up money for certain things so that they can get their way. So
I agree wholeheartedly, and that was actually one of the excuses that the city put out in their reasoning for not rolling it out till now. They're like, oh, it's actually a good thing that we waited so long because like look what's happening everywhere else. Like everywhere else, they're at least fighting for it, right?
How much money they're making, and they're taxing people so much, it's ridiculous. But in a way, I'm happy to see that I'm seeing more businesses opening up. I'm seeing people, the stigma is starting to wear off, and there is hope, but I feel like it's a topic that behind the scenes people need to talk about and address because we have to be very careful with these government leaders, and we need to look at what they're getting behind the scenes as well.
No, 100%. I really, really love your spirit, what you've been doing down there. And I was like, please, somebody from San Diego pop in here and talk about this. I feel like so bad. I really, really, really do love San Diego, but admittedly, I have not been down there much since before the pandemic.
It's beautiful here right now. This is my home. I love it here. The people here are wonderful. My companies are based in LA. I travel to Vegas, New York. I'm always on the go, but this is home. And the vibe here is good. The vibe here is really good right now. So anyone listening to this, come down to San Diego. The cannabis here is good. The beach, the sunset, the vibes. Yes. But you're going to see more local leaders step up to the plate, and a lot of them are females that are just tired of it. And we put ourselves in a position to actually speak up now and to make the moves. I'm getting recognition in LA from the legislative committees, city council, stuff like that. We're putting ourselves in a good position, and we're doing it professionally and legally and taking our time so that we are taken seriously.
Why is it that I think that's a good thing, first of all. I think it's a really, really great thing that more women are stepping up right now. Why is it that we're seeing like a bunch of women stepping up and doing the damn thing, and a lot of the men are just starting to fade into the background? Why is that a thing right now? I see it happening all across California too, not just down in SD.
In general, not even just about the cannabis space in general. Me as a female single woman, I love when I see a man speak up for himself and his family and have that, and I feel protected.
Shout out to the dope dads.
Yeah, I feel like because of the politics and just what's going on with the country right now, some people get scared to speak up. or to say certain. And I wish more men would. I wish more men would speak up for what they feel and not comply so fastly. And I feel with the cannabis space, women just want more, because of the pandemic, women had to rebrand their companies. They had to survive. They had to make sure that their investments, what they're putting, it comes back to us. We're moms, like we want that money in our pocket, not just all. So that's why.
What does you guys are starting to explore social equity down in San Diego right now. What does the actual passing? What does it look like? What will an ideal situation look like for social equity in San Diego? Because like they're saying, like, oh, you're bringing in outside. That really, really pissed me the fuck off. They said, oh yeah, we're bringing in outside people to teach us how to run our social equity program. Like there has been no. What's that? Yeah, who are these people? Nobody's been successful with it.
Type of organization should be the one tracking and doing these type of experiments and testing to get the correct data, because we are here.
Right.
And I don't know who they are. I don't know where they got their statistics. Show me.
Yeah, and I would highly implore. I'm sure you guys are, but I'm saying like the way that LA fucked up on things. Make sure you guys know where all of those damn dollars are going, because they're paying. Is what they said. The city of San Diego saying that they're going to be bringing in outside experts, social equity experts. From where? Who are the experts? Social equity has not worked anywhere yet. There's been no. This is working or not? No.
That's how you brought it up, and that's why I was typing all that stuff, because that's shocking to me. But I'm not surprised, and I'm concerned, and I'm glad that I'm aware that my city's being targeted for that.
Mm-hmm. And the other thing is, California chose to act like a country and not as a state when we legalized adult use back in at the end of 2016. And social equity, I think, has been like one of the biggest bearers of the negative backlash from that, or the blowback from that, because there's no continuity, like at all. Everything's done municipality up. So with that being said, like San Diego is very, very, very different with cannabis legislation than Los Angeles is. Like, I mean, I can go on and on about Los Angeles. Los Angeles is all the way fucked up because there's 92 cities here. But Oakland is different than San Francisco. How are you going to bring in somebody from the outside and give you guys advice on what to do in your own city when you guys have been running it forever? San Diego has like shout out to my trappers in San Diego. I got some really, really good friends down there too. San Diego has been running shit for a long, long time. Why the hell would they even look outside of San Diego other than Mexico? Keep my mouth closed on that.
I kind of disagree because I'm speaking publicly, but
yes.
Behind the scenes we could chop it up. But I feel, because I do my own research, and I do look at things, I kind of feel like I know why. And
we can NDA up, and I'd be more than happy to have a candid conversation with you on that. I understand.
I will let you know, and anyone here listening to this today, that I will do my best here in San Diego to look into the details we're discussing and actually speak up on it. I'm not scared to.
I love that.
I have the right team, but it has to be done the right way, and I don't want to be a target either. So I just try to, just to know, when it comes to those type of grants and projects that they are pursuing, I'm already having a team of women looking into how to get those and what needs to be done, what the processes are. We are very excited about, if they are opening those opportunities, you better believe we're going to be right there, one of the top ones, asking questions and trying to get that for ourselves.
I love it, man. Cannabis women coming through in the fold, BIPOC women coming through, Black and brown coming through in the fold, and it is a female plant, and we got to respect that, man. Much love to you. Thank you so very much on here. You're always welcome. Veronica's been killing it on my team too. And a big shout out. Is there any shout outs or anything you want to announce before I close this out in a second here?
At the end of this month, Leon Magazine is doing a 4-page spread on me and my journey with ICBWA. I got Transformational Business Leader of the Year. So they're pushing that, and I'm offering today and for the rest of the year free ICBWA membership for anyone that wants to join us. We will give you free membership for the rest of this year. And you can find us at icbwa.ca.org.
Much love to you. Keep on fighting the good fight. Anything you need for amplification, just as an ally to the North, please do not hesitate to reach out. We got your back, and I'll even come down there too, man. You give me a reason to come down to San Diego and get my march on again.
It's paradise right now. I highly recommend anyone to come visit if you want to get away. Just take a 1-day, 2-day vacation. Come to San Diego.
Yeah. What do you got down in SD? Would y'all have maybe 10 bad days of weather each year? It's always the best weather in San Diego.
Bye, you guys. I hope you have a great day.
Much love. Appreciate you, Sophia.
Okay.
All right. All right. So big ups to Sophia, man. Please support women in the cannabis industry. Wait till the screen to drop down there before I put mine back up there. So big ups to everybody in the equity movement, especially everybody down in San Diego, continuing to fight the good fight there. You guys got allies up north, man. You guys got allies across the country too. We heard a lot of great things as far as responses to the show this morning. And just let us know, man. Let us know what we can do to help out in LA. Let the folks up in Oakland, out in San Fran, and in the Central Valley. We got your back, man. And San Diego cannot afford to lose this social equity fight, man. Big ups to women in the industry. Big ups to BIPOC communities in the industry. Big ups to the veterans too. All of us can benefit from social equity. So as much of a bullshit buzzword as social equity is, we all know that. We need it. It's the best programming that we have, and it's the best opportunity that we have to get people who have suffered the most from the illegal and racist war on drugs, get them ownership in this industry, man, and get them a chance to actually participate. And I know everybody's said that our conversation has been super spicy over the last couple of weeks over this Safe Banking Act. It's the reality of the situation, man. The reality of the situation is if they pass safe banking without any provisions for Black and brown communities, I know in California we don't have affirmative action. That's another conversation to have. But if we don't have anything protecting those communities and making sure that we get banking first before these big corporations get in the game, we're fucked. Period. And I'm not going to shut up about that. I'm going to keep on saying that. I got nothing but love for my people that are going for banking first. But no, fuck that, man. Cory Booker, the first time, not before he put his tail between his legs afterwards. I love you, Cory Booker, what you doing out there. But he originally said that no safe banking act, no banking bill should be passed, period, without social equity being addressed. And then he revised his statement saying, oh yeah, we need to get banking. Like, fuck that, man. Fuck that. Without banking given to communities of color and marginalized communities first, we're good as gone in this industry. The big boys are here to play. The sharks are swimming. They're waiting for that. I promise you, all of these institutional investors are waiting for safe banking. Period. $50 million opportunities and up. Period. We're going to get priced out. We're going to get pushed out. You're going to get your IP taken, like all of that stuff. And you can just say goodbye to all the mom and pop shops. And it's not just with the Black and brown communities, not just with marginalized communities. It is all of the people who don't have the deepest of pockets. You're going to get priced out. The price of product is going to go through the floor, and the cost of ownership is going to go through the roof. Period. We're at that hockey stick moment. If you're not in it already, you need to get in it right now before this shit gets passed. So I'm going to keep on beating that drum. I love all of you guys, man. I went super long today. Big ups to Sophia. Thank you so much for joining us today. And please support Black, brown, indigenous communities, the marginalized communities, LGBTQIA, the veterans in the space, because shit is getting thick right now, and Republicans are owning the conversation. I'm not a Democrat. Full disclosure, I'm not a Democrat. I don't believe in either of those parties, period. I do believe in voting, and I do believe in supporting everybody from a ground up position, 100%. Make sure you know who's in office and make sure you keep them in check. This shit's about to hit the fan. And I truly believe we're going to have legalization sooner than anybody else is prepared for. And we're going to get pushed out of the market if we don't get social equity done on a federal level, top down. If we get this banking bullshit pushed through first, big bank eat little bank, man. And if you ain't got big bank, you out the game, period. So I love you guys. I'll see y'all tomorrow morning. We're actually recording tomorrow morning on State of Cannabis NewsHour. So make sure you guys check us out. We're going to bring the best from the week. And life gives y'all another place else to turn. Make sure y'all turn the fuck up, man. I'm going to smoke something right now because I'm all in my feelings. So I love y'all, and I'll catch y'all on the flip. Peace.